You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Kop TV's main focal point of each week. It's the Hot Kopics podcast. How are we? 93rd episode of myself and Super Mario in the building. I hope you're well, brother.
I'm well, my brother. I'm all good. Yeah, happy, buzzing after the massive win, you know.
Love that. Well, we are coming to you live on YouTube right from the city centre of the incredible city of Liverpool. So if you've just joined us, make sure you smash that like button. It helps. Algorithm. Keep smashing that. Get your comments in. 3 of you have done already. Keep them coming. We've got a lot of hot topics to get through, and then subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on audio platforms, Mario, what should you do?
They have to follow and give us a 5-star rate, you know.
There we go. We love to see it. Follow us and give us a 5-star rating.
No mistakes anymore.
No mistakes. It's taken you some 80 odd episodes to get there, but we're buzzing with that. A couple bits we've added to the studio. As I said, this is only our second, I think, episode in here, so we're going to add bits and bobs. But Bobby Firmino's boots, straight away, 2 or 3 pairs made in the whole entire world. Adidas last year this year at the end of the season were very nice to gift me a pair, and they will stay with me forever. We've also got this shirt, Maro, that we smashed up Man United 5-0 in. Yeah. So that's on the rail. If you think we should, there we go. If you think we should get any more different shirts on the rail, do let us know. And the books here as well. So it's good to be back in the new studio. We're loving it.
We're loving it, mate. It's a fantastic place, and we're getting serious, lads.
We are
step by step.
But we can only get serious if they press bloody subscribe.
It depends on
you. So make sure you do that. Don't watch this and not like it and not comment and not subscribe. Do all those things, then it helps us help you. Right. Hot Kopics number 1. Breaking news today that it looks like Everton will finally be deducted 12 points as of next week. It will finish their kind of buoyant mood, I guess. If that happens, it will put them down onto 2 points, Mario, which will leave them at the bottom of the table. It's been a while coming, this one, but how do you feel about that? Everton getting docked 12 points. Jack's not going to be happy with that one, is he?
Jack and every single Everton supporter is not going to be happy, obviously. The thing is, yeah, of course, we know the rivalry between Liverpool and Everton and stuff like that. But if you give 12-point deduction to Everton, you have to give 25 to Manchester City. Oof. So this is because we know what they done, how many charges they had in the past. Since the Saudi came to be their owners and stuff like that. How many charges?
115.
115. And if you give 12 points to Everton, with all my respect, you have to give at least 20 points to Man City.
Or just relegate them into League 2.
Yeah, I mean, even wherever they decide, but they have to charge. Definitely, they have to take seriously the points about all the situation about Man City. It's that stuff that with money you try to do everything, but it doesn't work like that. The clear football we want to see is not like that. We know about what's happened City behind the scenes and all the problems they give, all the trouble they give, all the situation they make, all the stuff. So if you give to Everton 12 points, I don't know what they've done exactly. Probably they deserve it. Okay. Or give it to City as well. This is my opinion, lads.
Yeah, I mean, the journalist who reported it was a guy called Steve Brown. He's a freelance sports writer in Liverpool. We obviously like to test out the authenticness, the genuineness of these stories. And from his Twitter account today, he broke the news 4 hours ago, and he said Everton are set to receive minus 12 points deduction by the end of this week due to a breach of financial fair play. Commissioners have decided Everton will be bottom of the Premier League with 2 points. It's got 4 million views on Twitter. It's obviously blown up. Loads of other kind of countries around the world have kind of picked up on this story and spread it. Obviously, we'd like to wait for, the Sky Sports and the BBC Sport to report it as well. But if this is true, then again, what does it mean for the likes of Man City? What does it mean for the lawyers that are currently defending Man City? Can they push back the trial dates? I mean, we know that's what they've basically been paid to do. So whatever happens, I guess if they have been cheating, if they have been breaching the rules,
They did.
12 points is probably, fair.
If they did, exactly.
What can I say?
I agree. It's fair. It's fair. If seriously everything, all stuff like that is gonna be like official, and the Premier League seriously they deduct like 12 points from Everton, mate, it's gonna be tough for them to avoid the relegation. Because mentally, without 12 points, we're talking about like 4 wins is 12 points. It's a lot. And at the moment, Everton is doing well in the Premier League. So without these 12 points, it's gonna be very, very tough to Everton to save.
I still think they'll do it, to be fair.
Sorry?
I still think even if they get a 12-point deduction, I still think they stay up.
They're gonna stay up. I don't know, because
still
they
believe they
mentally they're gonna go down, because that's heavy stuff. That's heavy. That's big statement. So I don't know. It's gonna be. You will see. I don't know what's gonna happen. But probably you are right. Probably. But I don't know. It's something very heavy. The impacts of the whole Premier League, of the whole club, new stadium, everything is gonna take that big impact. So we will see. It's gonna happen. But Alex, one season seeing Everton in the second division in the Championship is not that bad.
It's not the worst in the world, is it? Let us know in the comments. First of all, how you react to this news of Everton, obviously potentially about to get a 12-point deduction. But then also let us know, if that's their punishment, then what should Man City's punishment be as well? Because again, that's been looming now. I remember hearing about that probably 2 years ago. Do you remember the first time they were supposed to be banned from Europe for 2 years? That never happened. And again, I'm not sitting here saying I know all the facts and I've seen all the documents of all this 115 breaches. I haven't. I'm going to be honest and say the lawyers will do what the lawyers do. But from my opinion, if Everton are getting 12 points, then you've really got to throw the book at Manchester City if they are guilty of what they're alleged to have done.
I agree. 100%, mate. Absolutely.
Interesting one. Evertonians, if there are any watching right now, how do you
so.
feel? I don't think there will be, but we're in the same city, so you like to ask. Couple of comments flying in already. Let's jump into these. Big up Sam Boylan, off the Kop TV. He says, Alejandro Maravilla says, yo, shout out to you. Big up Sadiq. It's a decent.
What he say? Whoa.
He just said, yo. With about 5 O's. So shout out to you, man.
Nice one, lad.
Big up Sadiq. Big up to Alejandro again, who says, smash them likes, boys. Up the Reds lad says, Aaron, hope you guys have been keeping good. We have been. I hope you have as well, my friend. Derek says, if they take points off Everton, judge it on the severity and know it should set a precedent. So City now and Chelsea now should be relegated, ?
I agree.
We're even hearing stuff again today that could lead Chelsea with a points deduction due to what Abramovich was dealing with at the club when he was there. Again, we'll see what happens with that one. That's another one. Obviously, the title of this video or podcast, if you're listening on audio, is Can we really win the league? Right? And a lot of people are already answering that in the chat already. Good one here from Crick D, who says there is a problem in the fan base with gaslighting up Endo. He is not good enough, and fans trying to make out that he is not good for LFC going forward. Poor recruitment. Now Mac is suffering for it. Again, not totally agreeing with that. I don't think people are gaslighting him. He's had a good couple of games, and it's not like he is the kind of player that we're relying on every week. He comes and does his job when he needs to do his job. And I don't think he's going to light up the world maybe, but you were at the game on Sunday. Talk to me about his performance.
Yeah, Endo's performance against Brentford was decent, was good. It was good performance, to be honest. He recovered a few balls. He played good. He played with brain. Obviously, if people want to compare like Endo with our best center midfielders, defensive midfielders like Fabinho, like Mascherano in the last 15 years, of course he's not that level. Of course he hasn't got that kind of talent. So he's not gonna be Fabinho. We know that. He's 30 years old. He's a good player with experience. He's not the man we needed. Obviously, he's gonna be like a James Mina. He's gonna play a few games. He's gonna cover the holes when we need people in. He can play even as a right back. So he's a very versatile player, but he's not the number 6 we needed last summer. We know that, Alex. We know that. I'm waiting. I'm gonna give chance to Endo for the rest of the season, definitely. But obviously, you can't rely on Endo for every single game.
Yeah.
That's for sure, and we knew it already, so it's not a surprising stuff.
As I said, the title is "Can we really?" and I say "really" in caps because it's a question to you. Can we really win the league? Alejandro says we always believe, as we know. Big up to Tammy. She's inside. She says big up AGT and Maro. All positive vibes for the rest of the season. Trophies will come. Let's get into that then, because obviously our next Premier League game is Manchester City. They're probably, well, not probably, they definitely are the favourites to win the Premier League. But the way I look at it is, can we really win the league? Yeah, I think we can. But obviously there's big variables. And one of them is, can we beat Man City in a one-off game? Yes, is the answer. We've done it many times in the last few years. Not necessarily at their place, which I think is, if we are going to win the league, that's maybe out of every ground in the Premier League, because we've won at all the others more recently, but out of every ground, that's a bit of a hoodoo. We haven't won there for 8 years in the Premier League.
October 2015. So.
Yeah, 4-1. Great game. But in the Champions League, we've won there as well. But that's the big mental hurdle. It's like what people say about Arsenal. Can you go to Anfield and win? Can you go to the Etihad and win? I feel like for us, the only one that we've got is the Etihad. So can we beat them in a one-off game there? Yes, but everything has to go right. They have to be playing poorly. We have to be 101%, not even 100.
Yeah.
The other question is, can we put together a run of 10, 15 games unbeaten? Yes, we've done it in the past. But for me, as it is every season, it's not necessarily can we go to the Etihads, the Old Traffords, the Emirates, the Stamford Bridge. It's can we go to the Lutons, the Nottingham Forests, the Bournemouths, which obviously, we didn't in the Premier League last year. All these grounds, they're the points that you need. We can go to Newcastle and win. We can go to Everton and win. We can go to Arsenal and win. In recent years, it hasn't been, successful at the Emirates, but it's all these other games, the Villas, the Newcastles, that we have to win. I know we say every game is a must win, but if you are trying to beat Man City in a title race, every game you must win, essentially, even when you're playing against them. So I asked the question to kind of get your opinion as well, Mario, now, but also people in the comments, like, how much belief actually is there? I know we can do the whole Rory thing of, we're going to win the quad, lad. We can do that. And I love Rory, and he serves a purpose. But
I love Rory as well.
This is a real deep dive into the realism of that question. Can we really do it? What do you think?
I think, Alex, that we can win the league. And same like you say, mates, it's been a long time that, from the last massive win against Manchester City in the Premier League. 2018, we won it in the Champions League. After that incredible game at home, 3-0 against them, then 2-1 in Etihad. But Champions League is one thing, Premier League is a different thing. So we're talking about 8 years, exactly 8 years. We won the last time against City. And mate,
Skirtle.
So 1-0. Coutinho twice.
Yeah.
Bobby Firmino first goal ever on Emre Can assist. Coutinho, Firmino.
One of them was an own goal by Mangala, no?
Oh, Mangala, yeah. Mangala,
Coutinho,
Firmino, Matic, captain. Exactly. Mangala own goal. That was an incredible win. I remember it very well. I was living in Italy. I watched it on the telly, and that I was so made of for like 3 days after that game, because it was the first big game of Jurgen Klopp. Actually, the first big win of Jurgen Klopp was against Chelsea,
away,
31st of October 2015, and then we play against City away. So, mates, I think it's the time. Let's say it's the time to win against Manchester City. But we have to do, same like you say, the perfect 101% focus, the perfect game. And Man City this season, the only one thing I'm like, one of the things, not the only one, I'm like positive, it's that Man City is not the same level from last season, from 2 seasons ago, and from that Man City we know. They had a treble last season. Mate, when you win the treble, it's physically, it's normal, it's the human brain is just made like that you go relax a little bit. You just relax. They're not pushing. They haven't got that hunger from the past seasons, which is good, obviously, for Liverpool and for all of the rest of the teams. They still favorites, obviously, to win the Premier League, to win on next Saturday. But, mates, we have to go there and play a proper war, mates. And we are the only one team that we can beat City. We can do it. We know how to do it. So it's the right time to go play the perfect game and smash them. And I want to see Guardiola after on the press conference, like, yes, Liverpool, they beat. I can't say nothing. They play the perfect game. I can just say nothing. Well done, Liverpool. I want to see that from Guardiola.
I want to see it as well. I'm desperate to see it. Honestly, it's one thing beating them at the Etihad. Last season we got battered, but the season before it was 2-2. Am I right in saying?
The 2-2 in April. Yeah. That was very important game.
Yeah.
Last season we got the 4-1 last season. Mo Salah 1-0 in April. 1st of April. Mo Salah 1-0, and then they scored 4 goals.
Not the best one, but it's one thing going there and winning, but it's another thing winning the league. And again, we're asking you in the comments let's do it out of 100 and try and again, I've seen people saying we're winning the league, lad. I hear that, but I want specifics. I want a precise percentage of what the chances are that Liverpool win the league, in your opinion. Get into these now. Shout out to Chef Britton, who says love from Kenya. Shout out to You Never Walk Alone.
Yes, lads.
Loving that, actually. Let us know where you're watching from all over the world. City and Chelsea should be relegated, says Derek. Mario in all the LFC promo vids. Love it, says Kelsia.
Yet again on Inside Anfield.
Yet again.
Twice.
How many appearances now?
20, like 3 or 4 games so far, just in the Premier League.
They know you.
They do, for sure.
So again, I'm asking you, how do you really think that Liverpool can win the league? Crick D says, in short, you will not win league or cups without a world-class CDM. When we did, Fabinho was world-class. It's just as simple as that. Umaya says, we can win the league, but the main thing will be to manage the squad injuries and fitness. Man City are vulnerable this season. We can get a draw and build, says Umaya. And Derek says, City are vulnerable. Dave says, we'll get back onto that one. But Pep trying to use the mind games, injuries, problem with City. If one lad is injured, they have 1 or 2 players of equal quality sitting there ready to play. Our cover is either injured or under 18. You see today, Pep said Mateus Nunes injured, Edison injured, so they're not travelling.
Ederson is injured, yeah.
Edison, but of course he'll play against Liverpool. There's just no way that he doesn't. That's typical.
Yeah.
Dave says 40%. Chef Britain, Kenya says 75%. Watching from France, big up guys, says Umaya. If we are still in the mix come January and make a couple of clever signings, Hinsape and Andre will have a good chance. 88%. See, me, I'm more of a 25%.
To win the league.
To win 25. The league. Yeah. But we can build.
That
will get bigger, obviously, as time goes on. But right now, I'm being realistic, Mario.
Yeah, you are.
25%. I think that's quite a lot.
I know you are realistic.
Maybe a 33, because realistically, it's either City, Arsenal, or Liverpool. So let me go 33, and it gives us all maybe Man City a 45, Arsenal a bit less.
I don't see Arsenal in the title race.
You've got to have them within the 100, though. You've got to give them a few percent.
But definitely, they got more experience than last season.
Yeah.
They had a great season. But I just don't see like Arsenal fighting until the last game of. I can't see that, mate. I don't know why.
Let us know in the comments. What's your number out of 100?
Oh,
be super realistic.
Yeah.
Remember as well, there's a good 6 months to go. So
okay. It depends. It depends. Everything.
Speechless for the first time.
No,
ever.
I'm just focused about the. It depends. It really depends of our signings in January as well. Same like the last comment say that we need definitely a CDM for sure, 100%. But lads, I just see Manchester City and Liverpool. Probably let's say 55% City and 45 Liverpool. So far.
45% Liverpool.
45. That's like very optimistic, very confident. But in the same time, that's what I think. I'm honest. But still, Man City is the slightly, favorite.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Crick as well said 88%. Realist right now, 10% chance of winning the league. But if we get a quality DM in January, it will jump to 30%, says Philip. And Crick D says 3-1 you are giving Liverpool. Pretty much. 33%. Let's be real. 15%, says Umar. Hold on, I got to find the chair to sit on, says Tim. Shout out to you watching from America. I was going to say Australia, mate. and Postecoglou, mate. You know, anyway, I've done enough of that accent this week. Don't know if you guys have seen it, but I did it. Ange, go on my Instagram to check it out.
Oh, boss.
So yeah, a lot of people sending in their numbers, and it's interesting. You've got some 88s, some 15s. So that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted that kind of extreme opinion on the show tonight, and we've got it. So keep them coming in. Speaking of Andre, right? We've been linked with him for some time now, but if you're to believe the reports out of the internet today, it looks like both Tottenham and Manchester United are now in for Andre as well. Which, I mean, if you're him, I'm still choosing Liverpool. I think when you look at CDMs at United, they've just bought Amrabat. Casemiro's still there. They play McTominay there. Ericsson plays there as well sometimes.
They've got 4 players to play that position.
And Tottenham, Bissouma, Sarr, I can't really see Andre displacing that. Whereas for me personally, I know we've been linked to him for a while. We tried to get him in the summer. I think we will try in January. But if they want him, how much more difficult does that make it? Because last week it was Fulham. Now it's Spurs and Man United. So who's he going to pick? Because that's the first question. And then the second question is he that guy that you want in January?
I mean, all these teams, they interested in Andre Trindade. Yes, he won the Libertadores. He played very well the whole competition, stuff like that. I watched a couple of highlights about his performance as well. He's a very good player. But I don't know, this incredible interest from all these big giants of the Premier League. Now you're talking about Manchester United, and absolutely no way to go into Manchester United. Not because we don't like Man United, but because they got 4 players in that position already. So absolutely, he doesn't need to go over there to stay on the bench for the rest of the season. Tottenham as well, they want him. Fulham, because they're gonna sell Paulinho. I don't know, mates. If I'm Trindade, of course, he's gonna ask his agents which team they really need a player of my position. Liverpool, mate. They need a player like you at the moment. They really need a player like you. So, okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna fight for my place in the team. When you're a football player, you don't need to have a look about just on the money. Yes, Man United, they're gonna offer me I don't know, 150,000 every week. Liverpool probably around hundreds. They have to see not which team gonna give you more money, but in which team you can make the difference. You can be a real good player. This is players with ambition. He has to look about these things. Because if you all choose over the money like Sancho did 2020, 21, I don't remember when he moved. He went to United just for the money. And now Sancho is gone as a player. And he was one of the biggest talent in the world football. So football are important, of course, but it's not everything. If I'm Andre Trindade, Liverpool needs a player like him, like me. I'm Trindade. I'm gonna go to Liverpool. Simple.
No, you're Mario. You're not.
I'm Mario. Yeah. Just an example. So this the right. If you have a little bit brain, if you're not, and you think about money, go to City to stay on the bench and get your dough. Simple as that.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. People in the comments are saying he's still a favourite to sign for Liverpool, but Sadiq says my club Arsenal is also linked with Andre as well. We've seen Edu fly out to Brazil to speak to Fluminense and talk to the player, his representatives. So you might as well throw Arsenal in the hat as well. We are 6 weeks away from that January transfer window being open, so there's still going to be rumours about other clubs, I'm sure. But I'd like to think that we've done the most work so far on the player. I know Edu's been over there and had his little Brazilian thing with them. But I'd like to think that from the conversations they've had with our board as well, I'd like to think they would respect us and allow us the first choice. But again, January transfer window is crazy. If we are going to do business, Mario, in the window, when should it be done? As soon as possible?
As soon as possible. What day is the first day of the market open?
I'm assuming it's January the 1st.
1st of January.
I think it's Jan 1st to the 31st.
Yeah, I think the whole month of January is going to be 1st to 31st. I think same. So we need to move before and then make it official with the official statement on the website, 1st or the 2nd of January. Of course, we need him, mate. We like Endo, we respect Endo, but it's not the player, it's not Fabinho, let's say again.
Yeah, January the 1st to open, shuts on the 31st.
2nd January, we need to close it.
Yeah,
And make it
and
official.
if it isn't just him, who else do we need? And
I
again,
don't
let
know.
us know in the comments who you think. But at the minute, right now, I'd say just him.
I'm like, probably, I don't know.
Would you sell anyone?
I don't know, mates. I don't know. I'm honest, mates. I don't know what player, what central midfielder, defensive midfielder is good so far, and who is available, who's going to leave during the, in the half of the season, in the middle of the season. So I don't know. I'm honest.
What about defenders, attackers? You think just Andre, if we get him?
Let's say like that. At the moment, everything is going well about injuries, because our biggest trouble is always injuries. So far, Gomez is okay. Matip is okay. Let's touch some
Here.
wood or whatever. Yeah,
Konate,
exactly.
slight injury though.
Slight injury, but this is normal for Konate, so it's not big injury. So far, everything is going right in the right way. At the moment, we need number 6, a proper number 6, someone who is ready to play for the second of a game as soon as he arrives. That's it. All the rest is good. We've got 2 amazing keepers. We've got good defense. Probably another defender, if you think about it, Alex. We've got already 4 central defenders. A right back, probably. A right back, if you think about it, because Trent is Trent. For a good right back as a second choice, we haven't got in the squad. So I'm gonna go for right back as well.
All right.
And definitely number 6.
Yep.
And that's it, mate. On the left, we got Tsimikas. I changed now my opinion. It depends of him, I'm not changing because I want to change. It depends of him. He showed me that we can rely
2
on.
assists, man.
Seriously,
I remember in the fan cam last week,
The
you
second
said,
one is
I
not
want to
assist.
see a
Yeah.
big improvement on Sunday. And you did. The second one is an assist. It is.
It's of the
ball-
rules of the Premier League, could be, but this is not us. The first one is amazing assist.
Yeah.
But the second one is just a pass.
Still, man.
No, but still,
I'll take
so
it.
no. He played amazingly, brilliant in the second half. So I'm happy with Tsimikas. All the strikers, we can't complain about them, mate. All the
everyone.
front players,
The numbers from each and every
Oh,
single one of them. It's
unbelievable.
almost too many goals.
Too many.
Man United in the Premier League, through all of their attackers, have 1 goal.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, Højlund hasn't scored yet. Anthony hasn't scored. Sancho definitely ain't scored. Martial hasn't scored. I think Rashford's got 1 goal in the Premier League this season.
Mate, Martial playing for United for like 9 seasons. So
I know.
far.
It's unbelievable. It is. And not in a good way either. But yeah, when you look at
Jesus
ours
Christ.
compared to theirs, it's night and day, I think. Jota's got 6 or something in all comps. Gakpo's got about 5. Diaz probably 4.
If you put the assist
Nunes
as well,
8. Salah 12. And the assists, it's a joke. But yeah, interesting that one. Obviously, we're
it's
still
called
in for
bro.
Andre.
It's called team spirit,
It is called team spirit.
So
Cool says AGT and Maro together. Why isn't this prime time? It is prime time. What are you on about? 7 o'clock on a
7
Tuesday
o'clock, man?
night. Sorry,
What are you
Wednesday. It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Sorry. It is prime time. Make sure you smash that like button. You cheeky. Anyway, we've got a good chat here from Ian. And he said, I know you said this is a deep dive, but the simple answer is no.
about
Can we win the league? So big up to you for that positivity, Ian. We love to see it. Couple more chats to get through here. AGT, where's your Tottenham manager impression? Go on my Instagram if you want to see that. We're discussing real business here on the Kop TV's main podcast, obviously Hot Kopics. Cheers, Jack, mate. Alexander Delos says no Andre or no Thuram. These guys we've been linked with for how long? I don't know. Since I was in Jamaica, we were linked with them. Even before that. So I'm not sure what's happened to them. The Koure at Crystal Palace, sitting on the bench for them. I mean, they wanted 80 million for him. Get out of here.
Do you remember?
Tough times, mate.
Tough times, mate.
Tough times. Andre will be highly coveted, but the Reds are favourites, says Cool.
I've got a question for you when I finish.
One more says Andre wants Liverpool and has turned down United and Fulham. Apparently, we're hoping to get him cheaper because he wants Liverpool. 25 million would still be a record sale for Fluminense, but FSG with that emoji. So shout out to you, Crick. I would sign Ryan Ait-Nouri, says Crick as well, the left back from Wolves. I know we've been looking at him as well. Again, when you've got Tsimikas, though, do you need 3 left backs?
No.
You've got Luke Chambers as well.
Absolutely not.
So I'm not sure. and Hinsapie broke his foot in the summer. We're hearing as well. So
Hinsapie from Leverkusen.
yeah, Keisler says Endo scored more goals than Maka so far.
Ooh, that's true, by the way.
Maka did miss the last game through suspension, but he should be back after international duty as well. Any player who is serious about their career will avoid Manchester United. The only reason Andre would go there is the money, says Sadiq. Which is interesting, really, because we've, as I said, been linked to him for ages. There was also talks from Fabrizio Romano on Lucas Beraldo. Have you heard of this player? There have been talk of Liverpool interested in signing the Brazilian youngster Lucas Beraldo from Sao Paulo. He told Court Offside. However, I'm not hearing anything, not aware of that any negotiations for him at this stage. Liverpool always linked with many players, but there's nothing concrete so far. He's a very good player, a talented, young, left-footed centre-back. I like him, but I think he probably needs one more step before joining a super top club like Liverpool. We were linked with him as well. I've also seen us linked with Lloyd Kelly again, who came through our academy. But I think, Virgil can play there, Quansah. I think you'd maybe be stunting the development of Quansah if you brought another left-footed centre back in. But let us know what you think to the links on that guy.
I've got a question for all the followers of the people they looking on as well. Guys, can you tell me actually what's happened with Romeo Lavia? Because
injured, mate.
I have no news about him.
Back after the
best young number 6 in the world. The best. What's happened? How many games he played for Chelsea so far?
He has been injured though. He's been injured
since August.
Yeah, he's in training currently with Nkunku. They're both looking to come back after the international break for December.
Because I never heard absolutely anything about him.
Well, he's been injured, so you wouldn't have.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know. Fair enough.
Yeah, 115. Anyway, 115 charges. Anyway,
yeah.
I wanted to bring this stat up. Yeah, in jail, mate. I wanted to bring you this stat, right? Liverpool's Premier League points tally after 12 games in Jurgen Klopp's all of his full seasons. The number one was, of course, the title-winning season, 1920, 34 points out of, I think it was 34, if I'm honest.
We won every game.
Yeah, we won every game. 2018-19, 30 points. And then his third highest ever this season with 27 points. 2016-17, we had 27 points as well at this stage after 12 games. 2021-22, 25 points. Number 6, 2020-21, 25. 17-18, 22 points. And the worst, last season, 16 points. So we're 11 points better off than we were at this stage last season, which feeds into a good start, which feeds into a couple more percents added to the possibility of winning the league. But I feel like our start to this season is identical to Arsenal. We've conceded 10 goals. They've conceded 10 goals. We've got the joint best defence in the league. It's gone under the radar how good this start to the season has been, do you think?
I think we had a great start of the season. It's not surprising because we had really an amazing start, mates. If you think about the points we dropped against Tottenham, we deserve to win. Against Luton, we could score 7 goals, but we didn't. And against Chelsea, one first game of the season, they could win, we could win. It was that game anybody could win. So this is only 3 games so far in the Premier League. We dropped points. And all the rest we won it.
And we should have beat Luton. And we should have had a draw at Tottenham. So then you're looking at 31 points, which is only 3 off max, which is mad.
Football sometimes, the way you play, you don't get what you deserve. But at the moment, I can say absolutely nothing. So the lads, they're doing an incredible job. We're doing almost a perfect season so far. Almost a perfect season. We need to improve, obviously. A part of that season 90-20 we won every game in the last
that's a freak though. That's
I
don't think that happens again.
No, it's not going to happen. It's never happened in our history. Probably the greatest start we ever had that season.
It's the best start to any top 5 league ever in Europe.
Jesus.
27 wins out of 28.
And
that's not even the start. That's gone past the start. You keep winning, you're almost at the end.
We had a draw against that season.
United.
Against United, 1-1, Lallana scored the equaliser.
Yeah.
And we deserve to win one game as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so mate, I'm not surprised. I expect an approach like that because Jurgen Klopp, he never missed 2 seasons in a row. Probably, yes, last season we had a very bad start. We had a bad season. Let's say we had a bad season because of injury, because of too many things. But now this season, mate, we look a very strong side and we can compete for everything. So obviously it's just November.
No, I'm
mate,
saying we can go for it all. Whether you aim for the stars, but you might fall on the moon. Or is it the other way around? Aim for the moon, fall on the stars. Anyway, it's a good start. So let's continue.
It's a boss start, mate.
But it's backed up by this stat from the Anfield Watch. Liverpool have won all 9 of their home games in all competitions this current season, all by a margin of 2 or more goals. This is the joint longest home winning run by 2+ goals in the club's history.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's
It's
a big,
fortress.
that's a big statement, lad,
Massive statement there.
Massive.
There was also this as a hot topic to talk about today, and that is Thiago.
Gee.
I feel like every time we talk about Alcantara, we kind of do the same reaction each time. And this is, according to reports in Italy, Thiago's scary salary is putting off both Inter and Juventus. Is there a possibility that we sell him in January?
But he's not fit. I mean, like, if you sell a player that never played this season so far, it's just, I don't know. I don't think Inter and Juventus, they're going to give him that money we give him now for a player of 32 years old of age. In Italy, mate, they don't give you that wages. I don't know if that one is like a real news, but I don't think Inter and Juventus, I know how the Italian teams, they managing this kind of situation. For a 32 years player who's get injury every 2 games, they're gonna give him not gonna give him that money. 200,000 weekly, mate. That's a massive money. I want to see Thiago help Liverpool to win the league this season. That's what I want. That's what I dream. I want to see second part of the season Thiago Alcantara involved in 90% of the games from the second part of the season, 80%, whatever. He makes the difference, lads. He makes the difference.
I just hope he's. Because there's a part of me that kind of admits he is going to leave in the summer. And if that is the case, I want to see like 4 standing ovation performances from Thiago.
At least.
Because we've not, for that good a player, for how good he is, what he's achieved in his career, we just haven't seen enough of it. We've seen glimpses. I mean, even in the 21-22 season, I think from January to May, he played pretty much most of the games.
Yes.
When we were going for the quad. So... Can't say it seriously about thinking of Rory, can you?
When we say that,
taking his top off, he had his shirt inside out for half the interview.
That day was freezing. Liverpool was a Baltic last ball.
Oh my god, Rory, man.
Rory.
But yeah, let us know. There's a couple of comments to get into.
All the humans
stuff.
Rory.
Yeah, Rory's at the top of the tree for sure. Hey, Smile, you support the best club in the world.
Yes.
Shout out to Richards. He says, I want to donate £1 million. How do I do it? Super chat, mate. Light work. Actually, I'll send you my bank details if you want to do that. Get a house. Hell yeah, we can win this league, says Jono. Probably from America, I'm assuming. Where is Thiago, says Richard. He's moving like dead weight. Thiago's so good, but so unavailable, says Kelsler. Nobody is buying him, says Crick. Unfortunately, he can sign for free in January. He's on 210 grand a week. That's twice what Soboslai gets.
Yes.
That's when you start comparing the wages, there are some big eyebrows raised.
I know.
We should move Thiago if possible. He is well finished for us, says Brace. And Dev says, keep until the end of the season. He's gone anyway. He will help us massively if he plays. Can't count on him for a title run, says Cool.
100%. I agree with that comment.
Yeah. Liverpool Podcast Studio says, trim looking fresh, Alex. Shout out Jacob. Big up the main man. So is yours, fella. I was in the barbers with him. I'm not just trying to assume what he looks like throughout the camera. But anyway, let's move on. Hello, mate. Miss you. Darwin versus Jota. We need to talk, says Dave. We'll get back to that. Thiago is just a translator at this point, says Richard. And Cool says Thiago sat on the bench when Munich went to the final in the Champions League when they won it in 2020. I was actually at your house. We watched that together, Jack, didn't we? Do you remember when Bayern beat PSG in 2020? I remember watching it. We got a salt and pepper box at yours. Yeah, man. And Thiago was man of the match in that game.
Champions League final, you mean?
Champions League final is in August 2020 because they had to move it.
It was August or July, August 2020.
It was August 2020
Yeah.
and I was at your house watching it.
During the lockdown. I was
Anyway,
in Italy.
irrelevant to the viewers, but I thought I'd bring it up. There's been a lot of crud talk about this William Saliba fella. This is the next hot topic. Obviously on DR Sports, I've been hearing from Cecil, from Robbie, you know, Saliba, he's the next Van Dijk, I'm telling you. And I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans hyping him up. But as Mario says, relax, because I've got a stat here from Opta. So again, a lot of people say my facts are fake these days, Mario, but this is from Opta.
It's verified from Opta.
And look, as you can see, I'm going to show Mario.
Yeah.
This is comparing Van Dijk, Diaz, and Saliba. I mean, it's not even close. Van Dijk wins in every single category. Long pass accuracy, tackles made, aerial duels won, aerial duel success, ground duels won, ground duel success, clearances, interceptions, blocks, own goals, obviously 0. I don't know if the camera can see that, Jack, but there's Van Dijk, right? And there's Ruben Diaz, and there's Saliba. So, you know, Saliba's 22, Van Dijk's 32, and even right now, he is still outperforming him. Now, who knows, when Saliba is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, he's going to potentially get even better.
Probably.
But what would you say to those Arsenal fans who think that Saliba is already better than Van Dijk? Or if they don't think that, they certainly think he's coming for that crown. Does that just show you the level of Van Dijk? If they're already comparing him now.
I think the Arsenal supporters, they need to calm down a little bit.
Tell them, man.
Yeah, just lads, you know, I'm honest. I like Arsenal. I respect Arsenal. I know your opinion about that, but I mean, of the big teams, Arsenal is the only one team that I can say I respect them. I like them. It's a good team. Apart of, you know, City, United, Chelsea, all the rest, I don't like them. But Arsenal, I respect them. But Arsenal supporters, lads, just calm down and relax. Van Dijk is the best defender in the last 10 years in the football. Not just in the Premier League, I'm talking about like overall football. And let's mention something very, very important. This season, we are seeing something that it's very similar to Van Dijk's performance of the season 1920, when he arrived second in the Ballon d'Or.
1 vote away from winning the Ballon d'Or against Messi. It's still a disgrace.
No,
I don't even want to bring it up, so we get angry again.
It's the biggest robbery in the football, apart of Liverpool, Tottenham. That Ballon d'Or 2019, he deserved it. This season, Virgil van Dijk looks a completely different player from last season, from 2 seasons ago. He recovered, like, let's say, 98% of his injury, and he's incredible leader, mate. What's a player? His performance against Brentford, it's that performance of the center defender you have to show to the kids in the schools and say, lads,
in the schools.
Yeah, in the schools, when they start to play footy, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, you have to play in that way. You have to do these moves. You have to play footy, be a defender, and have a look.
But even the hunger to want to defend, like even in the Brentford game, he clears one off the line and he's laughing as if this is so easy for him.
Confident.
But then he completely wipes out on Wemmer and then like roars to the crowd. Like you didn't get that from him last season. I'm not saying, and loads of people have had their 2 pence thrown in on it, but I'm not saying that you can get back to that form.
No.
Because it's almost like a unicorn.
No, it's unique.
Like how do you get there?
No,
I don't think you can. It's almost like it's impossible to. But he's not been dribbled past this season. He's the captain. The leadership has definitely stepped up his performance. So they can compare him to Saliba all they want, but until, in my opinion, Saliba comes second in the Ballon d'Or, wins the Premier League, wins the Champions League, wins the FA Cup, wins the Club World Cup, wins the Super Cup, wins the League Cup,
win something.
Then just anything,
just
a game of tiddly tots. I don't know.
Saliba is doing well. He's a
very good player.
He's very good.
He's a Rolls Royce.
Let's say that.
And he is only going to get better. And it's scary to think how good he can be.
For sure.
But a 22-year-old comparing him to a 33-year-old, surely that just shows the level and consistency of Van Dijk. So
they're big dreamers, mates. Arsenal supporters. They're big dreamers. You know,
they have to be because
it's good to be dreamers. I'm dreamer as well, but I mean, like, just
Alexander says he's back to his best this season.
Yes.
The captaincy has been huge for Van Dijk. Says Kesler.
Virgil
is a man beyond men. Says cool. Shout out to you, man.
I agree.
What a comment. Crick says Virgil reacted to the criticism like a man and is now showing his worth again. He's a man above men.
004.
Unreal. I mean,
agent.
literally, he is almost. Well, he is a man beyond most men because he's 6'5". James Bond says Van Dijk is slightly above Saliba. Konate is rash and a liability and not on Saliba's level.
Who said that? James Bond.
Relax, James Bond. Get out of here. 004, you, mate.
What did you say, sorry?
No, forget it. We'll move on.
Leave it.
I'd take Saliba and a Van Dijk partnership, says Kezia. Yeah, but we've got Konate and Matip still. AGT, the lip you get about your stats is getting old, says Sam. Mate, trust me. I'm fed up of it, but I'll still beat the allegations. My team will still keep delivering real good stats, and I'll keep going off that, mate. So it is what it is. Crick says that just tells you how tactically inept we are on transition and how exposed Van Dijk is to the high line. It's crazy. And only for Alisson put the shits up forwards one-on-ones. Again, amazing one-on-one save from Alisson.
Incredible. Incredible.
And Saliba said he learns from Van Dijk playing style, says Alex. So Cecil, Lee Judges, Robbie, all tie, there's still levels. It's like Saka and Salah when they want to compare them to. Like, just relax. Saka's numbers since he's joined Liverpool in all comps, 44 Arsenal. In the first season.
Most
33, 30, 31, 30, 27. I don't think Saka scored more than...
Last season, he scored 10 goals, 12. Not more than that.
If you're going to compare yourself to the king, at least be a prince first.
And Alex, I think that we will realize how good, how unique, how incredibly small Salah.
Oh, there's levels, mate.
When he's going to leave Liverpool. At the moment, we can't even realize how incredible and good he is. We will realize in the future, he's just impressive. What a player.
Oh, it's unbelievable, mate. How good he still is. 200 goals in England now. If he scores 2 more, he scored 200 for Liverpool outright. He did score 2 for Chelsea.
If he scored 1 more, he's going to equal Michael Owen in the Premier League, Liverpool. 150.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, not Liverpool, Premier League history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 2 more, he's going to.
Goal involvements in 15 consecutive Premier League matches at Anfield.
Why you make that face when I talk about Michael Owen every time?
Because you love that guy so much, man.
And what about you?
And I don't anymore. I've moved on. Definitely moved on.
I'm romantic, lads.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
I can't forget the past, I can't forget the past like you.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to.
The past is important.
Because I've been hurt, man. And it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but you have to go through.
Listen, it's international break, so we've got a good 10 days till we play. Manchester City away. Obviously, Darwin's away with Uruguay. Macca's away. Alisson's away. Players playing all around the world, especially in South America. I'm hearing we get 1 day of full training with all the team before we play that again, 12:30 early kickoff. And we'll speak about this game more in detail next week when we preview it a bit more. But yeah, a really busy week for all the international Reds. Did you see the Christmas advert?
I watched this part of it. I didn't see the whole video.
Great to see Jim Royal from the Royal family in the advert. Him and Van Dijk. It's unbelievable. It's
how is called the famous actor? Scouse actor?
Ricky Tomlinson.
Ricky Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's boss.
He's been around for ages, man. He's a legend.
I know, he's a legend.
And it's good to see the club are, using people like him even in 2023. Yes. So I'm a big fan. Listen, we're going to wrap it up there. It's been a stacked episode. I hope you've managed to congest and digest all of that. But you say we'll finish, but what are we on now, Jack? About 48 minutes. What you don't realize, Mario, is when the comments come in, it adds another double because we've been filming this not live last time and it was around half an hour. As soon as you bring the comments and the live guys in, they get you chatting. So we love to see it. But if you do really think we're going to win the league, if you do really think we're going to get Andre in January, if you really think that Everton are getting 12 points deducted next week, then make sure you let us know, right? It's been a great episode. Myself and Mario, big shout out to you, my friend.
My brother.
We'll see you next week. Lots of love. All the best. Take care.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.